welcome to the accountability of politics with me, your host Abdullah Defe, with party visit secretary, press secretary, and Honorable Farah Jalwa. Abdullah Jalwa. So kindly, we are welcome to the Voice Online TV. With me, your host Abdullah Defe. Can you kindly brief your role in the GDC?
Thank you so much, Mr. Dafe. It's a pleasure being here today. And as you said, we're really happy to grace this occasion as far as we're concerned. My role is the newly appointed press secretary of the party responsible for coordinating press duties and also being the focal person in terms of what goes out to the press from the party and also what comes from the press to the party, actually. So I'm the coordinator and also the guy responsible to make sure the party is well represented in the media platforms.
Yeah, thank you, Mr. Fall. I'm coming to my left-hand side, and we have Mr. Jal. Can you kindly give a brief introduction to your role in the GDC?
Thank you, Mr. Lepe, for having me here. My name is Abdullah Farah. I am the Director of International Relations of the party affairs, and I think have been holding this position since 2018.
Yeah, that's fine, Mr. Yel. Thank you for having both you and our press secretary here, my colleague here, Mr. Farah. Can you kindly give us a brief introduction about the vision and the core principles of GDC?
Yeah, basically, I am, as you said, I only came to GDC last year, end of last year, and but I think one of the core values that I've learned and I've noticed is integrity and development, because the party is very structured in terms of development. Whether we were in the opposition or not, I think GDC was one of those parties, or one of the only party in the country that put development at the forefront. And was also doing, actually, not only talking about it, but actually implementing development. I think it is one of the core values I've noticed in the party. And integrity, in the sense, they stand by their principles, they know what they want, and of course, it's a party that also is very, very sensitive in terms of how best we can change the lives and livelihood of Gambians. I think it's one of the core plans that GDC has, and it's one of the things I've learned. Even though I'm sure there are a lot of core values and all that, which I think Manuel will very direct on, as far as he's a founding member, actually. But these are a few of things I've learned, and it's impressed me during my stay with the party.
Yeah, coming to Mr. Jal, can you kindly give us, because GDC has described themselves as the social democratic. So can you kindly give us some of the party core principles, like Mr. Fall mentioned that he just came to the party last year, and you have been there as you are one of the co-founders of the party.
Thank you, Mr. Duffy. I think my colleague has already touched a bit on that. GDC, as everyone knows, we are here for unity and national development. Peace and tranquility is what we need in this country. So, but the best thing, or the most things that we are doing since inception, is to better the livelihoods of Gambians. This, I think, we have participated a lot. We have done a lot of contributions in terms of access to clean water for over, I could say, 600 communities, because we've dug over 140 boreholes nationwide. And we've built even hospitals apart, we've built bridges. We've, just for us to make sure that Gambians today, will have a better standard of living. So this is what we have been doing since inception.
Yeah, that's fine, and well noted, Mr. Jal. Coming to our Indian Press Secretary, we've seen GDC finally coordinate the islands with the incumbent, with them described as Grand Islands, and in many that we call it abandoned, so very take over. Can you can we go into this and explain the Gambians, because many Gambians are doubting that why GDC should go into alliance with incumbent, because we have seen GDC and United Democratic Party are the core opposition parties since 2016 in the Gambia. Can you give us a brief intro about this alliance?
Yes, basically, I think everybody is aware exactly what happened. This is a choice by the party and its people, basically, and it's best for this country because looking at the trajectory, we've been advocating for development, and if government feels we could do better with them, and and we have a very great pathway with how we want to work, I think it's good for Gambia because. As I said, we are very proud that we are doing development, and also we have seen President Barrow, being somebody also who wants to really develop this country. And when he feels, and also we feel coming together, we have been getting to develop this country. At the end of the day, it's sometimes not about individuals. We have seen what is happening right now. Everybody just wants to be the leader, and if our leadership with GDC feels, what, I think it's not about who we are now. It's about us giving back to the people of this country. And if coming together with Barrow is going to do a great good for all of us, why not? We don't mind. And I think we have to be driven in that because at the end of the day, GDP is the third biggest party in this country, apart from, of course, all the 3 ways of all these two segments where you have the independent and you have UDP as a second. We always come, we are not able to start 16. So we could have, you could have gone and work with, But then at the end of the day, we decided that I think the best for this country is coming together with the ruling party and continue to do what we are doing. And I think it's a choice that governments have to respect, they have to also understand. Because at the end of the day, we have seen what is happening right now with the opposition. The leadership's crumbling and all that. We don't want to get into that fight. And we believe that coming with President Barrow will be better for this country. And I think that's the reason why we are there.
Yeah, thank you, Mr. Val. Coming to Honorable, as Mr. Fan just mentioned earlier on that this is not about politics, but it is about national development to like who's the political power, but how to satisfy the Gambian people by showing them that okay, this is what we came for. This is our party vision and mission that we are going to strive for the good of all Gambian people. How does your party, like how does your party align your principles align with the NPP?
Well, if you look at it very closely, the policies and programs of the GDC are more or less the same as those of the NPP. And I have made a tour just last week with the president, and then what I have seen, definitely touched my heart, because there is a lot of development that is going on. Know it or not, believe it or not, but there is a lot of development going on, especially in the agricultural sector. And to all the regions that we went to, people definitely praise the agricultural minister, for the good job that he is doing. And I have been to the right space, and I think it is continuous. This trend continues within a period of maybe 2 years, 3 years. The Gambia will be self-sufficient food. We will not be ordering anyone from outside. I have seen the streets in Wasi area, and there is a very, very, very big project that is going on there. And also the road network that is connecting people. This, just simply tells you that he is in for working, to do the job for the people. And GDC is in for national development. So we feel if now remaining in the opposition, for example, we cannot do what we want for the people. And there is somebody who is doing something already. If we join hands together, we can make this country, we can turn it to a better, bring it to the higher heights. This is what we want. It's not about him leading or the other person leading. Everybody could lead his country. But what we want is national development. That everybody gets what he owes, his due. This is what GDC is looking for. And even before going to this commission, and we made a national consultation to all the regions, constituencies, our people, and we put all these three parties together. Here is NPP, here is UDP, here is SFR, here is UN. What do you prefer? Where would you advise us to go? 99.9% said the NPP. And these are the people who give us their votes.
Why NPP?
Yeah, why NPP? That is a question for the people. Because maybe they are seeing the developments that are going on, especially in the urban areas. It is of no use, standing out there just shouting and criticizing, when you cannot even get what you want. This is what the people prefer. We have seen the results of the elections, just the last elections. He won a bit over 54%. So which means majority of Gambians still wanted him to be there. That was the second chance. So don't give it to him. So, and if you call yourself a Democrat, then you have to accept what people also want, because those are the people who give you the votes. And our policies are definitely aligned with those of the NPP. Yes.
Yeah. Thank you, Honorable. And Mr. Fall, as Honorable just mentioned that you guys did a nationwide tour, because after your party joined alliance with the NPP, that people normally call the Grand Coalition, we have seen a lot of defection cross-carpet from some of the executive members. Why this defection? If the NPP have done if the GDC have done a survey before going into alliance with the incumbent, why all those defection and some of the internal issues? Because we have seen that some of the party executives, like there was a lot of talks that they were sidelined during the negotiation, that they were not aware of this. How true is it that some of them were not aware about this alliance?
Well, I can tell you one. I can give you two answers on that. One, I think all of us all of them were aware. I'm not sure. Maybe you can say how far you've gone to know exactly what's happening, but you were aware. All of us were aware. Really putting the picture in this. All right. Two, I haven't seen, because the people I have seen you are mentioning defecting. Personally, when I came in, I have never even met them personally, so I don't even think they were part of the core executive and all that. Or maybe in their areas and all that.
Is any of them having a role in the executive?
That's the problem, because as I said, I haven't seen the people have seen, let's say, saying that they have gone to other parties defected. I haven't seen their push. I haven't even met them personally, so I don't even notice that they
are you trying to say that they were not an active member?
No, yes, because as I said, when I came in since last year, I have been there for some time now. And if you are an active member of the party and I have not even met you, then I don't think you were playing a good role in that party. I don't think so. So I haven't seen the defection. I think the Grand Coalition went with the core members of this party. The core executive of this party are all part of this thing. So the people that are making this, of course, sometimes these other parties will want to make stories out of it. I have seen that happen. But trust me, these are people that I don't know personally. Maybe they because the party is big. You have the core executive, of course, the regional and all that. It's possible they occupy some spaces in those regions and all that. But personally, the core executive, I know, I haven't seen anybody move, frankly.
Yeah, Honorable, do you think that, like Mr. Fall just mentioned, that he haven't seen some of them move? Do you think even if the person is a regional coordinator, maybe let me say 10, 15 people are following him, if he defects to another party, does that really affect the GDC?
That never affects the GDC and will never affect the GDC.
Why?
Since this coalition, this Grand Coalition, the wave of people that are coming back to the GDC, the wave of people, we're not talking about 1, 2, or 3 people who are saying, even as you said, rightly, there are some of them, they're even just out of respect, we co-opted them into the, to the executive, co-executive, but never play a role, or they are no longer playing roles there. So I haven't seen anybody within the executive, co-executive, that has given us a resignation letter that's resigned from the party.
They are just
maybe I can say I have to relax now. I want to take my time and think over it. No, but we haven't received to now any resignation letter from any of the executive members. Active members.
Active. But even if they are not active members, they level themselves as GDC.
GDC respects one thing, because once even you have been, contest as a parliamentarian, we will still take you as an executive member, for the party. So this we highly respect. And also, we have to respect the opinions of the people. The way you think and the way I think is quite different. The way you accept things and the way I accept them is quite different. So I have to respect your opinion. Whatever you want to do, you can do that.
But even if they are not an active member, but as far as they are in the GDC, they are playing a role in their regions. The moment they are not active, the GDC has that utmost power to remove them in that place.
Yes.
Deploy someone there who is capable of bringing voters and selling the party agenda outside.
For the few that had done so, for the few, I think over 60% of them have already come back again. They turn back again to the GDC. They cannot find a better place than the GDC. And just give us time. Maybe the next 1 month, you will see the way for people that are coming to the GDC. We are going to publicize this. I mean, we have built again relationships because politics is very serious. There are so many families that were just scattered just because I'm supporting NPP or you are supporting GDC. Because we share the same voter base. There's people from most of the people that are now NPP, they are from the GDC. Most of them. For those in the NPP, most of them from GDC. And this is like a family reunion for us. And everybody's happy about this.
And
I believe we are going to make wonders this coming elections.
Yeah, like you just mentioned, some of them have not been an active member, and some of them, more than 50 people, have come back again to reunion with the GDC. Coming to that, Mustafa, the GDC, because we have been receiving rumors that I don't know whether it's true, but I think you can make a clarification on that, because even before your party goes into alliance with the incumbent, rumors have been outside that the GDC was planning to come together with the incumbent. How true was this? And if it is true, for how long have you guys been in discussion to make sure that this alliance come into existence?
Well, I can tell you, it's been even before I joined the GDC, the rumors has been there. These are rumors that you cannot stop. People will have to say what they want to say. What I know is GDC are very active in politics, and rumors are part of what makes us what makes this country interesting at the end of the day. But then I'm not sure it has been as you feel, or the rumors that it has been long overdue. No, I think at the end of the day, everybody wants GDC. That's the reality. All parties wanted us to
as you just mentioned,
yes, so of course, MPP wanted it, of course. Other parties wanted it, UDP wanted it, everybody wanted that. We wanted us to really come together.
Yeah, because coming to this, I think during the signing ceremony, I can recall that Mr. President stood up and said that yes, people were saying yes, I was meeting Honorable Mama Kanda. Yes, it is true, we were meeting.
Yeah, let me tell you something about, Honorable had a very close relationship with the president. And, let me tell you the fact. The fact of the matter is, all these politicians you see, even who said Dabo talks to Barrow. So what they perceive outside and what's inside is two different things, So sometimes it's politics. When you go out there, you defend your agenda, you criticize. But, these leaders always come together and talk, because at the end of the day, this is one Gambia for you. And, when you look at the relationship between Honorable Mama and the president, it's very cordial. And when you travel to their village, you can realize that they are just not far away from each other. It's just a 5 minutes walk and all that. So these people have been, they are connected. Whether in politics or not, they are connected. So them talking to each other, it's normal. It's normal. And people like me, I'm talking to people that are in other parties, and we have a very good relationship. It doesn't matter. What matters is, at the end of the day, everybody defends your own party in terms of your president and all that. But apart from that, we all have relationships together. So that is normal. I think that shouldn't be a rumor, and it should not be anything that has surprised anybody.
Yeah, thank you, Mr. Fall. And coming to our Honorable, the GDC alliance with the NPP, as I always mention and I keep mentioning, we Gambians normally call it the Grand Coalition. Yeah. What is the memorandum of understanding, the MOU, hidden? Because I don't think the party has defended itself in the media or where so else to say that okay, this is the memorandum of understanding. we have signed with the NPP alliance. What is the MOU behind it?
The MOU behind it,
Yeah.
what I can tell you is there is a written agreement, and both parties are satisfied with it. But
What
the
are
content of that MOU, it is not for me to expose it here. Those are confidential matters.
Come
We
on.
have to confidential.
But at some point, I think
That's very confidential. That is between GDC and NPP.
is it between the two party leaders or the executive itself?
Not for public consumption.
But why?
No.
It is confidential.
No.
Why should it be confidential?
Only two parties.
You are seeking our vote. So
Yeah,
at least we have to know. We the Gambians out there have to know.
We are in for national development.
Yes.
No, we are in to unify this country. We are in for peace and tranquility in this country. This is what we want. No. So therefore, what we have between us, and you are married to your wife, well, maybe. But what else is the argument between you?
These are two different things.
Had the president say it's just like somebody, coming in, when a woman just comes and say, I want you to marry me. So happy he was.
Anyway, at some point, I think Gambians are interested because we all Gambians, and we all want a national development that will take this country higher and higher, in any other level that we all want. GDC want development, NPP the same thing, and as well as all these political parties. But we've seen your party have done a numerous of developments like you just mentioned, water. They have been digging wells and boreholes in every part of this country.
Yeah.
That that is a development that every Gambian wanted, and even the oppositions can come out and praise your party leader and the NPP as well. Every opposition can come and praise the GDC for that. But this MOU will be disclosed.
This will never be disclosed. Coming
back to Mr. Fa. The GDC was part of the coalition talks, right?
Yes.
And why did the GDC opt out?
Yeah,
after months of discussion.
Yeah, but all of us have seen the end game of exactly what happened. So basically, the intention was not genuine at the beginning. And GDC, as a big player, cannot be allowed to be manipulated. And we all know, we all have seen what happened. It has crumbled because of it was built at the end to satisfy one person. And I don't think GDC was going to play by the books. And that's the reason why we left at the right time. And we engaged everybody, and we were part of it. And most of the meetings were even hosted by us at Baobab Hotel. So of course we wanted to hear and to go through the process together. But when we realized, it was not genuine and it was meant for a certain group or person, we thought it was disrespectful, and the best thing to do was to pave our way and do what the party and its people want, and that's what we did.
Yeah. Thank you, Mr. Val, and Mr. Honorable.
Yes.
Why did the GDC opt out within let me say, is it how many months of discussion? Because the Gambians built that confidence around your party that GDC can be the main opposition that can unseat the incumbent. And within 2-3 months, GDC opted out from the coalition talks, which was a surprise to the whole opposition.
Well, it shouldn't be a surprise, as you just rightly mentioned. When UDP walks out of those coalition talks, what do you expect to happen?
Well, I think that
yeah, but we have also realized that there were some malpractices within. I was taking part of these talks. I have attended some of these talks, even the last one. Before we walked out, I was there. But we have seen what happened. But we have signed a code of conduct, which I also fully respect. I don't have to reveal anything here, and I think also would like also to respect that. But we had our genuine reason why we left. And moreover, as he said, we started talking to political parties almost 2 years back. We had a team that was going around talking to political parties. There is not a single registered political party that we haven't met before this happened, even before the coalition talks. We have been meeting people. We wanted to have a coalition, a very strong one, before the elections. unluckily, I mean, everybody was dodging, or they were not yet prepared. And even coming to the coalition partnerships here, and we have seen that people are still not ready. They are not ready. Gambians are not ready for that. That's the basic fact.
But why? Why Gambians are not ready? Because the people out there. Let me see. 80 or 75% of the Gambians were opting that okay, this year surely there is going to be a grand coalition. Because at first, when Gambians see that the oppositions come together at first, people were applauding them that, oh, this is a great news.
Well,
We want this. We want this government out. And at the end of the day, we see GDC now go into alliance with the NPP, as you just mentioned. You guys want a national development.
Everyone knows that GDC was a very, very, very big critic of the government.
Yes.
And we did this not because we are attacking people personally, but we wanted something good for the country. And if we now have the opportunity to do it ourselves, and we think it's a very big opportunity, and we have to prove to Gambians that this is the right time to come and at least tell you, give us all that we have been talking about out there, that we will do this or we will do that with our manifesto. Now it's the right time. So when we come in, then everybody will know about it. We have to prove ourselves. But we wanted a coalition, it failed. So, but now we have a bigger coalition. So I think everybody should be happy about that. And GDC members are happy. I don't know of the others who never voted for us, but members of the GDC are definitely happy with this coalition. And for them, this is the right decision.
Yeah, thank you, Honorable. And comment to Mr. Fall. As Honorable just mentioned, that GDC members are happy with the coalition, but a lot of these coalition members that because we see UDP opt out, as he just mentioned that if UDP opt out from the coalition, then GDC is the only head there, because they are the two big opposition parties in this country. We all know that. No one can deny the fact that UDP and the GDC, when they come together by then surely there is going to be something productive at the end.
Yes.
So why, if the UDP opt out, why can't you just try to convince them? If the party really want a coalition, as Mr. Like Honorable just mentioned earlier on, that you meet this all these registered political parties even before the coalition came in talks.
Yeah.
So why?
Yeah, but UDP is big, and of course, they look at what was put on the table. Party led, these are conditions that GDC will, you don't tell us what to do. You allow us to sit and we discuss it with respect and all that. But you don't just come and tell us this is what we need and you follow now. We're big. So when I think UDP came with the idea of party led, I think most of them, I think all of them said no to that because of a lot of reasons anyway. And I don't think somebody who has, given his position at the beginning could, be easily brought back to another arrangements. I don't think that was going to happen.
But GDC denied that party led. But now the GDC go into alliance with the incumbent. Who is going to lead if Mr. President did not go for a third term? Who is going to lead that coalition?
You asked me that question. Of course, Barrow is going to lead this coalition, and yes. The objective is to get him in office for the third term and all that. But the sequence were different. These were opposition that were coming together to get the incumbent out. All right, that was the mission. So you don't put conditions on people, and that was the problem since at the beginning. And I think when they realized that this going to happen, they opt out. But what's the problem? UDP opt out, and everybody was like, yeah, they are genuine. This is what. So what's the problem of us opting out and joining NPP? I don't think people should be honest with themselves.
But when UDP opt out, they did not join any coalition.
Yeah, well, of course
they were just neutral.
Yeah, because they felt.
But when you guys opt out, the reason it's surprised and it's shocked the entire opposition is that GDC, as you just mentioned, is the third biggest opposition party in the Gambia.
Yes.
So obviously, when you join the incumbent, it's going to be a shock.
Yeah, but let's remember that UDP were in government just a few years ago. They were part of government, right?
Yes.
And now they're in the opposition now. So how do you qualify that? We did what our people wanted. As you mentioned, we consulted. You know, at the end of the day, what matters is people that vote for GDC. Look, 2021, we were out there. We were out there trying to make changes on our own with few people. But the people that voted for us were the people that believe in us. All right? Now, where are those who are still complaining about us joining MPP? They never voted for us. And now that we are doing what our people want, that is, they want us to join MPP rather than joining UDP or any other entity. So what's the problem? The problem could have been if our own people are reluctant in that move. But if our own people decides the best option for us to do as a party and to also impact them as communities, as Gambians, is to join MPP, why not? So I don't think there should be an issue on this. It's a matter of choice, and I think everybody should respect that. Yes.
Yeah. Thank you. For and coming to Honorable. Like he just mentioned that. And like you even mentioned earlier that you guys did what your people want.
Yeah.
And what matters at the end of the day is people who voted for
Exactly.
For GDC. Why not? If the GDC stand alone, can't they unseat the incumbent? Because looking at the margin from 2016, 2017 to 2021,
Yeah.
the voters increased.
Yeah.
In 2016, GDC get 89,000 votes,
Yeah.
and in 2021 it increased to 100.
Yeah.
Like
This
it's
is,
going rapidly.
Yeah. This is
So why not? If the GDC can stand alone, why can they come on? Why can they unseat the incumbent?
This is just simple mathematics. You know, if you see and feel you are losing your voter base, right? And you want to maintain your party as strong as possible.
What do you mean by you guys are losing?
I mean, when you see you are losing, because looking at the statistics, you are saying yes, we had over 100,000. Because yes, we had in West Coast alone, we had 56,000 voters. You know, and we haven't lost, we have increased. But to what percentage?
From it says from 17 to 12.
17 to 12.
From 17 to 12%.
Yeah. But even if now you have another, let's say even 50% increment, what is that going to help you? You're still going to remain there. You can't win. You have to be very realistic. You know. So this is just simple mathematics, as I said. You know. So when somebody already has over 54% or over 50%, you are still struggling to have 20% or 30%. Do you expect to unseat that president? It will be very difficult. And you want to also get your programs, you know, into the government, you know, for them to also, come and join and work with you. Government requested it. The president wanted us to work with him, and he knows what we have. We know what he has, and joining these two together is going to bring a big, very, very, very big impact in this country. Changes are going to happen. You know, all this noise will be forgotten. The only people that are not happy are those people that have already lost hope, because they know they are never going to make it again. These are the only people. So, but whatever insults come, whatever bad words that are coming out to us, is for us to just go see that goes out there. No. We don't listen to that. We don't even, need to respond to them. No. Because that would be very foolish from us. We don't do that.
Yeah, just a reminder that you are watching the Voice Online TV, Accountability Hour of Politics, with our able press secretary and the foreign secretary, Mr. Jalo. Coming to this, like Honorable just mentioned, if you are losing at some point, the voters increase, but the percentage fall from 17 to 12. Do you think that Biden, the NPP, is taking a lot of GDC strongholds?
Yeah, what I can say is I haven't looked into the statistics actually about our strongholds or not, but I will realize that also most of the people that were going to NPP actually from GDC. You know, and as you mentioned, we share the same base in terms of voter base, GDC and NPP, because of also where our leaders come from and all that. So basically, you could see some shifts in our people headed to MPP and all that. So it's part of the broader view that, at the end of the day, we share the same base, we have the same agenda, So I think coming together makes sense. And you know, the stronger, the stronger we, the moment we come together, we are stronger, basically. And it really strengthens us. As you mentioned, you know, when this happened, a lot of people who were not even, I have seen people that I have never met, you know, during this 8 months or so in the party. And I was told that they were all part of the party, but all of them were relaxed because I think, you know, being an opposition for about 10 years is quite hectic. And it's not really easy. And I could also those who stayed, you know, I've seen faces that were there since 2016 and they're still there. So those are the people, those are the real soldiers of GDC, and they deserve recognition.
So you're honorable
of course,
is one of them.
Yes, of course. You know, when I came in, these are the people that opened the doors for me, and you know, they really showed me that I'm home, and that's why I felt home, and that's why I'm here today. If not, probably I would not have been here today. So of course they did good. They have been there fighting, and not only fighting and criticizing, but having an impact with the people. They've really done the development they could at the time. So you know what? Now them feeling, you know, coming together, being part of the government and fighting for this. If Bar wins and we get to government, we could do more. Well, I think Gambians should be part of that. It's a big ask though. It's a big ask, because I said, because most of the time it's not really easy. As he said, we have had a lot of things. A lot of things have been said. But at the end of the day, the greater good of the party and these people matters to most of us. And the people that have sacrificed their resources, their time and energy, put it in the party since 2016 to now. You know, if they said going to alliance with MPP, you know, makes sense to them, I think we have to agree and accept the fact.
Yeah, thank you, Mr. Fall. And coming back to this honorable, he just mentioned that yes, if most of these people, you know, making a cross carpet or NPP, some of them are from GDC. Yes, he accepted. But is that the reason that drive your party going into alliance with the NPP if they are seizing your host?
What I want to say is the movement of people from one party to the next. I think this is happening between NPP and GDC mostly. You know,
because they share the same base.
Because they share the same base, and I don't know even the number of people, the number of groups that came from the NPP. Just very recently, recent, you know, and then saying we are going to join the GDC. You know, so which means just people are just flip flopping. You can't stop it. I have no idea why people do it. You know, but these are people of the same base. You know, but they are just flip flopping from one party to the next, saying I am NPP today, tomorrow I'm GDC. You know, maybe I don't want to say, but they expect something from you, then they will just turn back their backs and come back to you again. So,
but does that weaken the strength of
because the party has been increasing as I told you.
So okay.
GDC is coming up. Okay. It has been coming up. You know, I mean, if one person leaves the GDC, then the next day you have maybe less than more than 200 people coming in.
As you just mentioned, some of them will be cross-carpeting from one party to another.
Yeah.
Those people, when you go into alliance, because from NPP to GDC, from GDC to NPP,
yeah.
When you leave NPP again, you are going back to GDC.
Yeah, those are the happiest people today.
At the end of the day,
they are the happiest today.
When the party go into alliance, how will they feel?
They are staying. Where do you go?
How sure are you that they are staying?
Within one corner, one circle here, and you're just jumping from one corner to the next.
At the end of the day, you'll be in the middle.
You'll be in the middle.
Yeah, like just mentioned. I mean, we are coming to the end of this wonderful program, Accountability of Politics. I will allow Mr. Fall and Honorable to lament some of the party agendas and their manifestos and to the Gambian peoples. What are you guys expecting if you are voted in office by 2026, December 5th? Yeah. What are some of the expectations?
The agenda, I will leave it for him to read that later on. But I know that Gambians should expect something good. You know, our Honorable Mama he's equipped for development, and he's very development oriented. You know, of course. So being in the opposition, imagine being in the opposition doing projects for Gambians. Now imagine being being part of the government actually. So let Gambians expect something good. You know, there will be a lot of changes. I can tell you that. And I'm sure there are a lot of people that are not happy with the move. You know what? The reason is they know the kind of person Honorable Mama is. He's very action oriented, and you know him being part of this next government coming, inshallah, well, let us expect a lot of things to happen and a lot of changes will happen too. Because at the end of the day, as I said, we doing it for our people, for the generations to come. So we expect to do our part within a short time of period and go, because we know we're going to be here forever. We want to leave a legacy. And this move is historic, and I think history will narrate its side of the story. But then it will only narrate the good side after the impact we've done. And I think the party is well equipped to do that. The reason GDC is a very respectful party, and that's why you don't hear them into a lot of brouhahas and all that. And of course, there are a lot of honorable people in the party, I can tell you. I've met them and I've seen them. I've interacted with them and I've seen the difference because I was part of other political parties before. So I can see the difference. And trust me, we have development-oriented people in this party. And I am sure with this alliance, inshallah Rabbi, December 5th, 6th, when we announced that Honorable His Excellency Adam Barrow has won another term, with Honorable Mama in government, with his GDC militants and expertise. Let Gambia expect a lot of things to happen.
Yeah, thank you, Mr. Fala. Coming to Honorable. How do you see this December 5th forthcoming election? How do you perceive this election? Because it's it is going to be a test for both the incumbent and the oppositions as well, because we have just seen a recent alliance and a grand coalition signing on Friday. How do you perceive this coming election?
Well, just people are saying it's just a game over. There's no elections going to happen.
Of course, there's going to be election. There's going to be election for sure.
We're just waiting for IEC to announce the results.
Oh,
yeah.
Okay.
Nothing's going to happen. I mean, just take GDC and NPP together. Just add 1 and 6 is how much? You have 10.
Actually, you have to tell me the number.
No, I'm just telling you. I mean, let's put jokes aside. But I mean, I know it's not going to be easy. There's still a lot of work to do. But to what I am seeing, and if we go the right direction, I think it's just a win-win situation for the GDC and the NPP, which is alliance members, of course.
Yeah. Thank you for having our able press secretary and honorable as well, and thank you for coming. And we wish all the political parties as well as the GDC and the NPP all the best of luck in the coming election. This is the Voice Online TV, accountability hours of politics. Kindly subscribe, follow, and like, comment as well. We wish all the parties all the best of luck.
Thank you so much.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you.
Thank you, Honorable.